It is Tuesday, August 4th, and we are live from Bloomberg World Headquarters. I'm Betty Lou. Check on the markets after the S&P rose above 1,000 for the first time since November yesterday. Equity futures, though, are now down. Banks are off, including Bank of America. Treasuries, meanwhile, rallying, moving in the opposite direction. The dollar getting squeezed today, falling as stocks are dropping. Oil prices are also in the red, falling from a 7-week high, and gold prices not benefiting very much from the weaker dollar. In fact, it is lower right now, down by about 0.5%. Thank you very much. Well, yesterday, a major change at Bank of America, a management shakeup and a payout to the SEC. Lately, Ken Lewis's 8-year tenure has been rocky, tarnished by the bank's controversial takeover of Merrill Lynch. Well, yesterday, B of A paid $33 million to settle claims with the SEC that the bank misled investors while buying Merrill Lynch. Now, B of A is still under pressure to overhaul management and has set off a competition to replace Ken Lewis. The top contender for the position is Brian Moynihan, according to analysts. He replaced Liam McGee as head of consumer banking and previously ran wealth management and corporate and investment banking. Now, this is Moynihan's fourth job at the company since joining in December 2008. And as Dick Beauvais pointed out this morning in his report, that could be a negative for him. He hasn't been in any one job for more than 2 years at the bank. Now, other contenders are Sally Krawcheck, a former chairman at Citigroup, hired yesterday to head wealth management. Also, Barbara DeSore heads the mortgage unit at B of A after the purchase of Countrywide Financial in July 2008. And Joe Price joined B of A back in 1993 and became CFO in 2007. But also, Tom Montag spent 2 decades at Goldman Sachs, then briefly joined Merrill under former colleague John Thain, who of course became CEO in December of 2007. Montag is now head of global markets at B of A. Now, the management shuffle and succession reflects a need for new talent and new perspectives, according to Lewis in a statement. We're going to be talking much more about that with a B of A shareholder, Jonathan Finger, of Finger Interests, later this hour. And he has been a voice that has been very critical of the bank. Well, we have some breaking news right now on Simon Property, the biggest mall owner in the U.S., just coming out with their earnings. Let's get to John early. John, and we're getting some breaking news right now. Bloomberg News is reporting that GMAC Financial posting a second quarter loss of $3.9 billion, and also saying that GMAC is exploring options for the U.S. consumer P&C unit. GMAC Financial second quarter also had a $607 million impairment related to a GMAC unit. So again, GMAC Financial posting a second quarter loss of $3.9 billion. We'll go through those earnings numbers throughout the next 2 hours. Let's turn to D.C. because the House has already started its 5-week break. The Senate is close to wrapping up, and lawmakers are getting ready to bring their message home to constituents. The Obama administration wants to merge the Office of Thrift Supervision, which oversees savings and loans, with the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, which regulates national banks. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve has plans of its own to strengthen how it examines banks' lending practices. We may be reaching a plea deal. We'll have more details in your morning business briefs. Plus, cheap seats for Cowboys fans, Jerry Jones's new money-making strategy. Details coming up.